Let's go. It's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show.
It's final man that ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that side check, put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
So I got to really play For Honor a lot in both the closed beta and then the open beta. So I got a real good feel of the online. So I wanted to wait till the full game came out, and I got a code from Ubisoft. I put it, download it, play it, and I really want to get into the single player before I go full out on my review. And now that I've played the single player, a little bit more of the multiplayer, and then a lot of the beta play, I'm finally going to get my review on For Honor. Is this game worth buying? I'm going to tell you right now.
It's final man that ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that side check, put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
Let's start off with one of the best features of this game, the graphics. They're stunning for the most part. And also what's really great about is each design for each faction looks really cool. You can customize and such online, but just the single player alone as well, you really get a feel for the distinct look of each faction. From the Knights to the Vikings to the Samurais, each of them looks different, and then of course they have classes within those that all look different. So I really enjoyed the aspect of the whole design, but the graphics themselves, I mean, top notch. I mean, they look really damn good. You got the deep and fun combat system in this game. It's all really about timing and countering, striking as a team, going to do objectives to save the team from losing. Things like that is what makes this game really fun in the domination mode. But then you have some great other modes like 4 vs 4, which really comes down to your team versus their team, all based on skill. And it usually comes into, when you start the match, each person has one-on-one fights, and that's what really makes it engaging. Of course, you can switch it up, and if your team wants to fight together, you can all rush one player. There are those options, but really the game just offers a very fun combat system of really just nailing timing. You have to be able to block, you have to be able to counter, you have to be able to dodge at certain moments, and also perform some neat combos when they ask you to. Each class definitely feels different as well, so that's what really makes this game engaging. It's not like you're playing the same exact warrior in each class. And then not only do each class feel different, but each faction within those classes, because they each kind of represent each other, all feel different, and they all have their negatives and positives. And that's what really makes this game fun, is there is just no unbelievably cheap character. Sure, you have the real slow ones that are heavy hitters, but if you're fast, if you're good at countering and dodging, you could easily take down a big guy no problem. So really this game just offers a great balance. But I want to talk about, and this is why I waited till the full game came out and played a few chapters and got really far into the story to give my review, is because there is a story mode. People are surprised, and I have to say, I really enjoyed it. I was extremely entertained by the cutscene and the story in this game. Everybody is kind of really ravaged and evil, and then some people are just doing it just to be in this war, and it's really just a more, not, I don't want to say political in the sense of it's like Game of Thrones, but you can see who's pulling the strings, and it makes sense. And then you get these factions just going head to head on each other, and some of the cutscenes are just brutal. So I actually was surprised that the story itself was entertaining, the cutscenes were good, and there were some great epic moments in the story itself. There's a lot to collect in this game, from armor to weapons, and you get to really not just look different when you equip these, but also get different stats. And what I loved about this is the game, each piece of weapon or armor that you get, it has a negative and a positive. There's always a negative positive, and I think that really tributes to what you play as, like how you play. If you're faster, you want to do armor that makes you faster, but maybe not attack as strong or regain health as quick, things like that. I think the game does it really well, where they give you enough armors and weapons to really decide your gameplay style, even in the class that you're like to play at. So I really enjoyed that, and I think it just makes it fun and exciting every time you level up or finish a match to get new things. I mean, that's something that we all want, new things. It just makes it more fun. Also, each mode, and this is the last positive, but it's a good one, feels pretty damn different. Like I said, taking over to deathmatch to 2 vs 2, domination. I think all these different modes really make it fun, where you can say, oh, I've had enough of this fucking 4 versus 4. Let's me and you, John, I guess if your friend's name is John, do 2 versus 2. So I really enjoyed the fact that each mode feels different. Not only that, but it makes you want to play different modes. It's not like one mode is the best of them all. I think each mode offers something to play, whether you want to do 1-on-1, 2 versus 2, 4 versus 4, or 4 versus 4, army versus army. There is an option for you, and I think that's the best part of this game, is that it gives you options. Alright, so let's get to some of the negatives, because as I just had a long list of positives, there are a couple of negatives. Here, I have to say I'm not a huge fan of the maps. I think a lot of them are just okay, but none of them really capture like that amazing feel. I never play a map where I'm like, wow, look at this. This is such a cool map. It's so cool to go through and fight. All of them just kind of feel dull in a sense. And not that they're bad, they're just okay. I'm still waiting. I hope for like future maps to kind of make it more involved and stuff. There's a couple of cool neat things on maps, like dropping traps and stuff, but overall, as far as like maps go, I've definitely seen better in other games, so the maps are just okay here. Another thing is there are some major slowdowns in domination. I mean super slowdowns where the screen just like stutters like 5 frames per second. Now this doesn't happen often. I only get it maybe once every 2 or 3 matches, and it could just be the internet from someone else or whatever it is, but overall that is annoying when you're playing. You definitely can notice it. I didn't get it in 4 versus 4. I don't get it at all in 2 versus 2 or 1 versus 1. It's just domination, but it is noticeable. And the last negative is the single player. Like I said, I really enjoyed the cutscenes. I thought there were some epic moments, but despite that, the maps are just taking the online maps and putting them in single player. There's really no difference. I mean, they add a couple of scenes that are just done for single player, but the maps are largely the same, so you don't even get to go to different areas. Now, I know other games do this, like Uncharted and so on, where they take the single player map, make them smaller and cut them off and put them online, but this game just feels the opposite. It feels like they took the multiplayer maps and put them in the single player, so I felt like they could have been better maps in the single player mode.
Waits for no man that ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that Snapchat, put it in pockets like it's that. Going downtown.
But overall, my honest opinion of For Honor, this was on my top 10. So these games that are on my top 10, they have a lot to live up to. And so far, Digimon was kind of just slightly less good than I wanted. I wanted it to be about great, like an 8 out of 10. But it was a 7.5. For Honor is that good. I'm gonna say it right now. I am really enjoying this game. My time with both the closed beta, open beta, and now the full game has been nothing but joy. Yes, there's moments of frustration, but I never feel like someone kills me and I'm like, he cheated. No, I feel like, damn, I fucked up. I missed that block. I could have been more patient, and that's something that makes it better. I also feel the more you play, the better you get. And so this game really offers skill. This is a skill-based game. You can have better armor, but you could still fuck someone up if you're a better player, or you're faster, or you know what you're doing. You know how to counter block, things like that. So I really enjoyed that. On top of that, the single player actually delivered. It was fun, and the story itself was pretty good. So I'm definitely going to replay that. I think overall For Honor is a great game. I think it really lived up to, here's a multiplayer game that is melee based, and we're going to really give you a deep system that is rewarding, and that's what they succeeded on all fronts, in my opinion. So saying that, I'm going to shut up now. I know I'm like gushing over this game. It does have a few negatives, but overall For Honor is one of the better games to come out this year so far. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to go with an 8.5. It's a great title. We're checking out. It's not for everyone, but I think if you're going to take the time to learn this game, it is super rewarding, and that's an 8.5 out of 10.
Thought that her laws of selection.
Well done.
I had thought that her laws of selection only applied to us.